Welcome back then to another video, and today we're actually going to test the DJI Neo 2 Freewell ND filters. We're going to go out first of all and we're going to go completely ungraded and without an ND filter. Then we're going to switch to an ND8 and then we're going to switch to a mist filter. At times on screen there'll be information about when it's graded and when it isn't, so you can compare and you can decide which one, if any of them, you want to buy. And yeah, let's go. Okay, so we're going to start off this video showing off these new filters without a filter on. And I say start off the video, and this is actually the end of the video and I'm not recording it in sequence. And it's important that I tell you that because the conditions are going to change wildly as we fly. But I thought it was important to show you what it looks like without a filter set up properly. So we're at 4K 30. We're at 1/160th shutter speed, which is what you need to be at for the best sort of version of filming. And you can see that we're overexposed. So we'd need an ND filter to bring that down. Now on a day like today, ideally, unless you're looking at the sun over there, which I'd never recommend doing, you're looking at like an ND4. So we've only got an ND8, so I'm going to put an ND8 on shortly. And at times it is going to be a little bit dark, but I am going to deal with that in post. So if you don't want to deal with it in post, and the reason I'm saying that is if you don't want to deal with stuff in post, then get an ND4. But overall you can see our sky is pretty much blown out. The colour which you can adjust in post just isn't quite to my liking. It's okay, but yeah, this isn't conducive to good quality filming. And that isn't necessarily the Neo 2's fault, although I do hold it at fault for a lot of things. That is mainly down to the fact that we haven't got an ND filter on it. And I did raise that in some of the earlier videos I've done, and I'm aware that I haven't actually done a full review yet because of what I wanted to do is pull everything together so we can look at each individual mode, we can look at ND filters, and we can look at getting the most out of it for you if you're interested in buying one. Now that does mean, because I didn't get it early, that it's going to take me a little bit longer than everybody else, but I'm hoping that's going to be out early next week for you guys, so please do stick with us. Okay, well that's what it is. We are plus 0.7 to plus 1.0 overexposed. We can, to darken it down, we can just increase the shutter speed if we want, and that takes us to 0.0. However, whilst we've got a little bit of definition back in the sky, you then don't have the same motion blur. You can add motion blur in afterwards, but it just feels artificial. It doesn't feel as nice. So I'd always advise you set up your camera properly, which is double your shutter speed. So if you're shooting in 4K 60, you would want it over 1/120. If you're shooting in 720p 120, you still, sorry, 720p 60, you still want it at 1/120th. It's your shutter speed and not related to anything else. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop talking. I've got to be honest, because it's a bit cold, and you're just going to hear me complain for the next 3 months how cold I am. But I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to switch now to a ND8, and then we'll switch to a mist filter. I'm not sure what the mist filter does. I'm not sure if we're going to see any difference, but we're going to test it out anyway. I think the mist filter is more for nights and the sort of the way it makes nights look a bit misty. I don't think it works particularly well in the daytime, but we'll throw it on and we'll have a look anyway. Right, let's bring it back and land it. Take it out of auto mode, and we're going to shoot in 4K 60, and we are looking at 1/120th. So straight away there we can see that we're minus 2.3, so it sort of negates the point of having an ND filter. So what we'll do is we'll actually shoot in 4K 30, which will let more light in, but yet we still, unfortunately, underexposed by quite a lot. Now we can reduce it to 1/60th and be just slightly under. Being slightly under is better than being slightly over, as I've taught you guys before. You can recover your shadows, and then you can apply noise reduction. If you blow out your highlights, you cannot recover your highlights. So let's give it a go then, and we'll see just how dark it is. And what I'll do initially is I'll show you on the screen what it looks like, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's colour corrected. Now as a camera drone, the Neo 2 is great. It isn't the best. Again, if you look into the sun, you are going to have problems. It isn't the best camera drone in the world. However, for something so small in your pocket. In fact, let's draw a box around there, and we'll get it to do itself, and then I can concentrate on watching and talking at the same time. I think whether it's a prop guards or what, I'm not sure, but it seems to be easier to be able to see. Oh, I nearly did a return to home then because my finger slipped. Silly me, just watching the drone, pushing the stick, and yeah, nearly causing myself to come home. So I'm only going to be able to use, from an ND point of view, the ND8 today, as we can see straight away anyway. We can't really use anything more. What we can do is we can up the ISO a little bit, just to get us a little bit better looking footage. And again, we'll colour grade this, and I'll show you the differences between straight out camera and colour graded. Far too fast, but gets us the shot before the sun vanishes, because I don't think it's going to be here for very much longer, I've got to be honest. What we're going to want to do here now is just to put it into cine mode and just sort of slowly go over the tops of the trees, so you're getting that contrast between the ground, the sky, foliage, or what's left of it, and obviously the urban sprawl on the right hand side. This should give us a nice colour grade though, whilst not being perfect because of the conditions. We should have a nice colour grade. We are at double our shutter speed because we've reduced it to 4K 30 instead of 4K 60, so we're now 1/160th, which is where you want to keep it as much as you possibly can. That will give you the best sort of movement, the best blur, but the best looking footage as well when it comes to sort of this sort of stuff. Ideally I'd be at ISO 100, but it just is what it is today. Which argues the point, do you need an ND filter on a day like today with the Neo 2? Well, we'll have a look at how well we can colour grade it, and I suspect it's going to probably come out quite nice, to be fair. But there is the argument that you don't necessarily need one on a day like today. I always prefer the look of having an ND filter than not. It just makes the footage look nicer in my opinion. So I'm quite happy just to spend that extra little bit of time colour grading. Take a look down here. Like a BMX track down here. Skate park. Or skate ramp. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to come back and land, and I'll switch to the not the UV filter, one of the other filters that doesn't need as much light. I'll be back in a second. And here we've got the mist filter that we're going to give a go to. Okay, so this is the mist filter, and let's first of all go back down to ISO 100. We are slightly overexposed, so I'm just going to increase just to avoid clipping the highlights. So this is the mist filter. Never used a mist filter, I've got to be honest. I suspect it's more for night times. I'm not sure, but we'll have a look and we'll see what it can do anyway. Now, a couple of commenters have sort of said, oh look, I'm a little bit worried about these filters falling off in flight. This is the second one that I've tried. As you can see now, the sun has come back up, so I'm going to keep the sun behind me. But yeah, a couple of commenters have said I'm a little bit worried about it ultimately falling off, and this is the second filter that I've applied. Neither have fallen off. However, let's be real about it. If you're using it as an FPV drone and you crash it into the ground, it's held on by a magnet. Of course, it's going to come off. But in normal everyday usage as a selfie drone or as a camera drone, you shouldn't have any problems with it at all. Now it's going to be interesting to see if this footage does look any better with this filter on versus without. Again, the sun has gone back in. Really challenging conditions today, but that is just the UK in the winter. But I hope this demonstration of these filters has helped. And if you've got any questions whatsoever, please do drop them in the comments down below. But let's go to the outro. Hey, that rhymes. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Well, thanks for watching, legends. If you've got any questions about these filters or the Neo 2 whatsoever, please do drop them in the comments down below. But until next time, peace out. YouTube and I have had a chat, and we believe that this is the video that you'll like the most. So watch it and let me know if they're right.